roadside scrap here. It's all plastic. Well, just at this other little park here. This is another town close to my place. Looks like there's a little bit of scrap here. It's not much, I'll pick that up. It's like an old oil tank maybe. Or a burn barrel maybe. A lot of people seem to dump their stuff here and in this dumpster too. Yeah, definitely an old oil tank. Oh jeez, I don't know how you guys do this dumpster diving stuff. So I found a bunch of scrap today, just driving around a couple blocks, a little community center. So what I'm going to do, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another recycling bin, drop off metal electronics recycling bin in this town. I'm going to put it right beside that dumpster. There's lots of electronics and TVs being dropped off here all the time. People from all around come here and just drop off stuff in that dumpster. So where are we headed to?
Around this parking lot.
Around the parking lot?
Yes.
Alright, good.
I hope you guys enjoy the ride.
Pro skills, man. So I'm loading up my truck and my trailer here for a scrap run tomorrow. I want to show you guys something here. If you're ever trying to find places to find copper, little extra places to find copper, check solenoid valves. So this is a solenoid valve right here. It's a copper winding. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to get the copper out of this. Alright, so I just unscrewed it off the stove. This one here has a couple of screws that will just take the whole thing off. There we have that. Now you want to take off this metal bracket. And this will just slide right off. So there we have the copper winding. Now we can smash this open and see how much copper's inside. I want to overhit it. I don't want to hit it too hard. Some of these are better than others. Some of these solenoids are easier to get off than others. So this one here seems to have a bit of a plastic tape around it. There we go. Pretty much got the most of it. Keep going until it breaks. Looks like I'll get most of it off. Okay, so that's it. And then we get a nice little ball. This will be copper number 2. Put that in our copper number 2 bucket. Little plastic I had to get out. So Tuesday morning, and I just made a scrap load. I was working on this last night and I finished it off today. Lots of different little collections. No copper, no brass today, but you know, a lot of stuff that oddball ends, like AC adapters, transformers, motors. This is all stainless steel here. It's not going to be very much. A tote full of aluminum, sheet aluminum. These are from a blind. It's more aluminum there. And this here is steel, and the stove is shreddable steel. Number 1 wire, number 1 insulated wire. This is copper bearing, and I have all these Christmas lights. They take Christmas lights as copper bearing as well, and you know, they'll take that stuff as the copper bearing. It's just 10 cents a pound. Yeah. And then up here is a big garbage bin full of number 2 wire. This is really compacted into, it's really heavy. And behind it, this is what I'm doing for my aluminum breakage now. I'm just keeping it in this big blue barrel, and I put some handles on it. And so what I'll do is that I'll drag this off and put it on their scale, and then I'm going to bring a Sharpie and I'm going to write the amount of, we'll weigh it after, and we'll write the amount of how much that bin itself weighs, just to make things easier and faster. 1, 2, 3 batteries. This is just some aluminum wire. Milk crate full of AC transformers. You know, there's some bigger ones. I got some microwave ones down there, and that gets really heavy. I had a hard time lifting that up. And these are motors. That's that's about $1 per motor. These ones are probably less, like 50 cents. So maybe like $3 or so for motors. Not very much. That's something. And then some aluminum here. And that's it. Well, yeah, then I just made the trailer too of all steel. So just a big pile of steel, loose, mostly just loose pieces, some bigger pieces in there, like furnace parts, the heat exchangers. These things are heavy. All right, so I'm going to hook up the trailer and we'll bring this to the scrapyard. See how much I get paid today. Alright guys, so I just came home from the scrapyard, made $280, pretty happy about that. So here I have some things to ship out and pack. 3 things from yesterday that sold. First thing here, this is a vintage Kodak camera. So I think we bought this at a garage sale. I think my wife bought it because she likes vintage cameras. So she didn't want it anymore, so she gave it to me to sell. So this is like a fold-out one. If I can get it to work. And then you see it pops out like that. You know, so this is called a Kodak 6020, I believe it's called. Something like that. Yeah, 620 folding bellow camera, number 1. So I sold this for $34.95, $14 for shipping, going to Ontario. Next here, this is from the Nissan Altima that I parted out last year. This is the license plate lights from the bumper. It's a '99 Nissan Altima. Sold those lights for $24.95 with $17 for shipping, going to Texas. Last thing that I sold here, this is a microwave plate. It's 12 5/8 inch. It doesn't have any coupling, like it's just blank on the back here, so it uses like a turntable to move. So this one sold for $20, $19.95, with $24 for shipping, and it's going to Ontario. And so that's what sold today, just those 3 things. I'm going to package them up, and then going to the post office. Alright, so I just finished emptying the truck. This is what I found today. So I found the computer on in the ditch on the way home, and this is what came out of it. So a big block of aluminum here for the slot CPU, and there were 2 slot CPUs. One of them is like a dummy, like there's no IC chips or anything on it, but has lots of gold, has the gold fingers on it. 2 sticks of RAM, 64-bit RAM, and a couple of PCI cards. There's a hard drive. It's a 4.2 gigabyte. This is the motherboard, and you can see it's been in, must have been in a ditch over winter, I think. They gave me a motor at the HVAC shop. So this is what I was talking about in my last video. I sold this module here, and I sold that for $200. But you know, whenever I get these outside of a furnace, it means that the shop has deemed it to be just a scrap. So chances are really high that this whole thing is just bad. It's a block of dirty aluminum breakage, just a gas valve. Here's a little bit of copper and brass valves, brass on that, and then just power supply from the CPU. And yeah, so over here is just some steel. They gave me a rim at the shop, but it's just a steel rim. A bunch of steel over here. And then they gave me a furnace. This is an old York furnace. And then ACR plenum air conditioner insert, a couple air conditioners. That's all for today. I'm pretty happy about that little load. And yeah, so I'm going to scrap this out. Right now I'm getting a little bit behind. I haven't been able to touch this pile. This pile has been here for well over a week now. But you know, it's the season of obtaining. Hey guys, so what we're looking at right now, this is an old flea market. You see here it's got a fancy little Jungle Book mural on the wall. But so this is an old flea market that we've been helping clean out. And so we're just back here today for a couple of things. Probably going to take this sewing machine table, and we'll see if there's anything else that we can take. But we've already been through here a few months ago. Just grabbed a bunch of stuff, mostly metal and some other things that we can resell. So we're going to take a couple more things. Here's one thing we're thinking of taking. Just thousands of cassette tapes. We're kind of thinking like maybe we could just put them all together and sell them as a big lot. Big lot of cassette tapes. Also some Betamax in here. And some VHS. Lots of cassettes. We're back home. This is what we picked up today. So the same day that I got all this HVAC stuff, we went back out and we picked up sewing machine, and we found all these boxes, lots of Christmas stuff and some kids toys stuff. We're gonna go through them now and see what we find. We got a lot of stuff from the flea market the cleanout job that we're helping out with right now, and we also found some stuff on the side of the road. There's a bunch of boxes of toys and stuff, so I'll go over it real quick. We found a microwave on the side of the road, microwave from the bin, and we got these 2 ornate lamps. If you see some of my previous videos, I've shown that some of these lamp parts do well, like these marble parts or the base, and also I keep all of these parts here and I put them in a bin, and I'll probably just end up selling them as a lot. Here's a little bit of scrap right now. Christmas lights for scrap. Here's some scrap old Christmas tree that has Christmas lights mixed in with it, but I won't take it out. These are some table legs, and I think I may keep these and try and I may want to build a table just for my workshop, whatever, out here. This is just a bin of Mega Block Lego, big thick stuff. Probably going to keep that for now. We're not too sure what we're going to do with it because of our kids. This is all donation. Up here is a couple Hulksters. Got me, probably just end up donating those. I thought this was neat. This was from the flea market. It's an old vintage exercise book. It's pretty vintagey. This is another couple boxes that we may just keep or go through further of stuff that we want. You know, little toys, like I'm going to start another dinky car collection because I sold my last one on eBay. And then this stuff is just, well, this is the sewing machine table that we took. And then here's some other toys that I'm just going to look at further. And this thing here, that is just the creepiest looking doll I've ever seen in my life. But look, guess who it is? Okay, that's Michelle Tanner from Full House, the show back in the 80s or 90s, whenever it was. So anyways, I looked up on eBay and yeah, they sell. Probably can make 30 or 20 or 30 bucks from it, so I may just end up listing it. We'll see. McDonald's toys, if they're still in the package, sometimes they can sell well. The oldest one that I found is, I believe this is a transformer. It's missing a part though. It's from 1985. It was just in a big box of stuff that we found, along with all this stuff here. And yeah, some of these really old vintage toys, I like selling them. When we go through this stuff, it gets separated, either donation, scrap, resell, keep. You know, that's how we go through it all. We just try and think about, put it into one of 5 different categories, and then from there it just gets dispersed to wherever. So that's how we've been doing it lately. Oh, I guess there's one more thing. Where is it? Oh yeah, in these boxes there was 50, 60, 70, 80, 85 cents and change, just in these boxes too. So hey guys, it's Wednesday night right now. It's April 26th. So this is what I sold today. I'll show you guys what I sold. It was a good day. I was pretty happy about it. It just sold 4 things. And I'll start over here. Laptop, Toshiba laptop. It's an older model. It had run on Windows Vista. And it has a crack here in the plastic, and it's missing a little piece right there, but it still opens and closes just fine. Other than that, it's really, really nice. It's really big. It's 18.5 inches, 18.4 inches wide. It had 2 hard drives. I took both hard drives out, so it's kind of a parts to repair as is laptop. But yeah, it was from my last video. So this thing, I showed this in my last video of me working on it a little bit, and I talked about it a little bit. But yeah, basically my son was using this for 3 or 4 months, and I upgraded his computer recently from another computer that I found in my drop-off recycling bin, and that's where I got this one. So yeah, this one sold for $120. It sold within 24 hours of me making the listing and posting it. So it sold really fast, $120. Probably could have sold it for a bit more, but that's okay. I mean, I'm happy to just get that. That's fine. And it's just going to New Brunswick, $25 for shipping. This is a lot of staplers, basic staplers. I think there's about 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 9 staplers. Variety of names in there. Yeah, so it's not the first time I've sold a lot of staplers. At one time, I've sold one before a lot. So I sold this one for $20 with $15 for shipping. Going to Ontario. Right over here. These are 2 light bulbs. Germicidal lamp. Not too sure exactly. Yeah, I guess there's just like aquarium or a filter, you know, for killing bacteria. So these sold for $20 and $20 for shipping, going to Saskatchewan. So this is the last thing that I sold today. Pretty interesting. So I sold this lot of home movies for $39.95, and going international, it's all the way to Italy. So someone in Italy bought this, and they're paying $64 for international tracked pack. The ones in here are pretty generic. Okay, so I have a lot of golfing videos in here, and I forget what the other stuff there was, ceremony type stuff. But sometimes you'll find something like Disney. So like if they went to Disney World in 1964, for example, like that would be a very, very sought after film. Okay, or something like I don't know, somewhere historic. Let's say they went to see Mount St. Helens, so they videotaped Mount St. Helens before it blew up. So something like that. So keep that in mind when you're looking through this sort of stuff, through these old home movies, that you want to try and find something that's kind of unique that will attract a very good audience. But so these ones, you know, I went through them all. They're all pretty, like I just looked at the titles. They're all pretty generic. But you know, for someone who's in Italy, they may look at, you know, wow, it's someone who's living in Canada. I want to see what their lives were like in Canada in the 1960s. So this is my wire stripping setup. Never really shown how I strip wire on my channel before, but this is it. This is a stripper that I bought off of eBay probably about 4 years ago. And so you can see here, what I've done is I just used a couple C-clamps, clamped it onto this 2x4, and there's like a piece of metal there that's just a file that I have, just so it's really secure onto there. The screws don't really do anything, it's just the C-clamps. And then I have on a 2x4 and I have it clamped on here onto my truck, onto the tailgate. And so I just stand here. And so the tailgate has to be closed so I can be closer to it. This wire stripper, it's not bad. I mean, I'm not a wire stripper connoisseur or anything, so I can't really say too much about it, but about too many other different types. But I bought it, and you know, it's been working fine for me. This blade never has really gone dull, and so you just have to adjust it. These things go in and out, you know, and this goes up and down. So just like all other wire strippers, it's a bit of a small little tinkering before you start stripping to get it set to where you want it to be. But once you have it set in the position that you want, you just start flying with it, and it goes really, really fast. So this thing has been working well for me. Like I said, it's about 4 years old now, and so this is what I do. Is I have this bucket here just for insulated wire that I don't want to strip. That's the good stuff there, and then you have to have a garbage can with you. Just make sure you throw all the plastic into the garbage can right away. Don't let it sit on the ground, otherwise you might think it's good wire to be stripped and gets a little confusing. So you want to make sure it's all ergonomical for you. So I have it all set up high on a table. So you have it up here, and with the bin, this is all some wire that I want to go through and strip. And what I do is I just use a pair of pliers, and so I have it in here and I just pull it out like that. And then it's a really hot day, have a glass of water with you. This is some other wire that I'm going to strip, thick stuff, you know, like that, like those. And then some of it's just really thin gauge. The only wire that I strip is the stuff that when you bend it, it stays. You know, everything else is just insulated copper wire. And this is some other big stuff that I'm going to strip too. This is some heavy duty 3-wire with the ground. I like using a pair of pliers for this because if you were to try and take off the insulation with your fingers, the tips of your fingers get really sore after a while. And also the other thing is if you're just using your fingernails, it's going to wear down your fingernails really fast and get sore too. Sometimes what I do is if it's a really long piece, I have a little nail here. I just wrap the copper around the nail and I just pull the insulation. Sometimes it breaks. So I'm trying to do the thinnest wire first, the thinnest gauge. So as I'm going through this bucket, I'm kind of separating the wire by size, so I don't have to you know, keep adjusting these knobs. Push it through. And grab it. So yeah, this one it's pretty good. It's just like once you have to get it set up just right. Otherwise, the first few pieces, that's all you're doing is just adjusting the knob. use the pliers, I pull off the insulation like that, and away I go. It seems a pretty tedious job, but you know, it pays. The hourly wage is really, really good compared to most other scrapping kind of jobs. Yeah, you definitely want to be careful when you're stripping this wire, because this blade will make barbs on the wire, like little grooves in the metal. And if you're sliding your hand down on that, you'll get the little copper slivers into your hand, and it hurts. So I'm going to stop here today. I also feel like I'm having a blister coming on. Whenever you feel like you have a blister starting, that's a good time to stop, you know, just so you can give your skin a rest. I'm going to tape up my finger for tomorrow and then get back at it. This is working out pretty well. I like it. Day 2 of stripping wire. This is my bucket so far. It's not too bad. This is some angel wire. I think they call this angel hair or angel wire because it's so thin. This is, I think that just goes as number 2. And then that would just be number 1. And that's insulated wire I'm not going to strip. So I could probably pass that as number 1 insulated wire. And this is what I have left. I have that bucket. I still have all of that big wire there. This thinner stuff I'm not going to strip today. Along with this one, I'm just going to try and get the big stuff going here because it's almost noon and I want to get to the scrap yard. So I thought I'd just show you guys. Let's try and focus this. Just try to show you guys the big one. If I can do this one hand. Alright, that should have done it. Yeah, this end's a bit better. Maybe I'll be able to strip it all the way down. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. So as you can see here, it's a bit corroded. My yard has been pretty kind to me, so they may still give me Bare Bright for that, just because of the thickness of it. Well, here it is. This is the load for today. I'm all done. I've been working pretty hard all day today. I'll show you what I've accomplished. It's that bucket there. It's all heavy number 1 Bare Bright copper. Lots of thick pieces there. This is just number 1 insulated. This stuff here, see, it has cloth all over it. I don't really like to strip that stuff. I tried and it's too hard. This stuff I just got a little bit too frustrated with. It has like a snake skin, you know, like it has the black insulation, but then it's also coated with another plastic, and it's just very difficult. I found that piece, so I just put it all in there. This is just number 1 wire, copper pieces, clean copper, a little bit of brass down there. And this is just a bunch of more Bare Bright wire that I stripped. This is from today and yesterday. And that is from today. That is just angel wire, angel hair wire. It's really thin. Probably just get a number 2 copper price for that. And I just finished doing some ACRs. So I did all those ones there and this big one here. And back here is all of the ACR cutoffs and some other number 2 copper down there. So I'll also throw in some of this cast iron that I had sitting around. I'll cash that in too. So this will make for a little bit of money for the auction tomorrow. Alright guys, just got back home from the scrapyard. And yeah, that was awesome. Little haul there. $281.25. And just from a little bit of copper. So stripping wire is always a good idea to do. Alright, so let's get into this. So first off, this stereo here. This is a vintage 1981 Pioneer SX-3500 stereo receiver. And so this one sold for $119.95 Canadian, with $32 shipping, going to Vancouver, BC. And this stereo I got at a cleanout that I did just not too far from my home. It was in a few videos back. The only repair, I guess if you could call it that I did, is that the volume was really scratchy when you turn it up and down. So what I did is I took the case off, I blew out all the dust in there, and so I took right inside here there's a little switch that you can I sprayed electrical contact cleaner inside the switch so that it clears out all the dust, so that it's not scratchy anymore when you move it. Yeah, so vintage electronics, guys, really good stuff. I have a few more stereos that I want, or 2 more stereos that I want to go through on my shelf right now. Next thing that I sold, this printer or calculator, Casio HR 150 TM, comes with an AC adapter, and I'm including 2 rolls of paper to go with it. Test it out, prints great, and I cannot for life of me right now think about where I got this thing from. It was pretty recent that I got it from somewhere. I just can't think of it. But yeah, I didn't buy it or anything. I got it for free. So anyways, it was just a small sale, $19.95, $14 for shipping, going to Quebec. This is the next thing that sold here, a little foot transformer, Honeywell foot transformer. Pulled that out of a furnace, and sold that for $16.95, $15 for shipping, going to Saskatchewan. It was a furnace board that I sold. These are always good for me. I sold this one for $59.95, $21 for shipping, going to Tennessee. Just pulled that out of a furnace that I get from my HVAC shop. Last thing that sold from yesterday, this is a little start switch from a dryer. GE Frigidaire Electrolux dryer, and so it's just a little start switch. I believe that it's just 1 or 2 settings. So I sold that for $19.95 with $16 for shipping, going to Quebec. So those were the things that sold yesterday, and now it's time to package them all up, bring them to the post office. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. It was a bit of a longer video because I just rolled up the whole work week into one video, so hopefully you didn't mind that too much. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Also, yeah, I'm still going to be posting videos at least once a week. It's just I'm really busy with the business. I'm trying to grow it, and trying to there's just so many business opportunities to be made at this time of year, with winter just being over and spring is here, and just so many cleanout jobs and things to do, things to make money on. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Okay, cheers.